That means a lot of stress. Here to help us out is Margaret Marshall. She wrote Body, Mind, and Mouth, Life's Eating Connection. And Margaret, thank you so much for coming into Fios One, the Morning Edition.
Oh, thanks for having me, CJ.
How do we deal with all this stress? I mean, when you think about it, stress can be a temporary situation, but how do we make it not part of our permanent behavior?
Well, what happens in December through the holidays, there's lots of stress that comes around. We're busy. But there's also good stress and there's not so good stress. Some people feel very lonely and sad through the holidays, and some people are festive and happy. So if you overeat because of those stresses, what you're doing is you're using permanent behavior, because that weight that you're going to gain is going to stay with you.
Now, you just mentioned that, and then the second thing that we have up for you is the common sense angle. How do we wait for that common sense to kick in?
You have to give it a moment. You have to realize, if you were sitting next to me and eating a piece of chocolate cake and I said, oh, I love chocolate cake, I have to give it a second. If I didn't plan or didn't want the chocolate cake, give it a second. Give it a moment. Let that common sense kick in and say, I don't really want that chocolate cake right now.
Now, it's easy to binge eat and maybe even binge drink, but how do we stop ourselves from that binge? Because that piece of chocolate cake looks so good in the moment and you're feeling good.
I believe, and I try and teach my clients this, think of the outcome first. Think about, how am I going to feel after? Because after you overeat or overdrink through the holidays, you're not feeling too good.
That's right. And it's really hard, though, to think of that outcome first, because when you're in that moment, you're definitely going, yeah, I really want that. And here's another key thing. How do you find people that you want to spend company with? And maybe you and your sister, your brother-in-law, or somebody, maybe you had a little argument at a barbecue over the summer, and it's coming over. It's still now here in December.
And it carries through to the holidays, right? I think every family has that. Think about who you're going to be spending the time with. Anybody who causes you stress or will cause you to eat or drink more than you want to for the holidays, keep them at an arm's length. You may be in the same room, but stay with people that you're comfortable with.
I know we want to release the stress, but should we release it before we get into those situations?
That's a really good question. I think you should be releasing it all month. You know, December is the month for giving, and giving is a stress release.
And how do we get your book, Body, Mind, Mouth?
You can go to, it's in any bookstore. If they don't have it, they can order it for you. But you can go to Amazon.com, you can go to Barnes & Noble, you can go to my website and find out how to order it.
And your website?
Is MargaretMarshallAssociates.com.
All right, Margaret, thank you so much for coming in and helping us beat all the stress, and hopefully you don't put on that extra pounds during the holiday season. Margaret, thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We're coming right back.